Anyways, I'm glad we got all those headlines out of the way. So now we can get to a serious article and a more serious topic that I take more seriously, and I hope you do too. And thanks for tuning in to The Media Speaks. I'm DLAKE for PREZ, and tonight I have an article here by my friend and fellow reporter at The Media Speaks. That's Anthony Court. The Court Report. There's been a lot of controversy and disinformation regarding the California statewide proposition, Prop 37, that will be voted on this coming November. It will require all food companies and farmers to label their products if they contain any GMO ingredients, genetically modified organisms, and require them to remove the words natural if they do. Although the proposition is for California, this could affect labeling for food that is provided for most of the country and the entire world, and force companies to be honest. Monopolies like Monsanto, DuPont, and Carghil. Those all sound disgusting. All biotech giants, well, that's probably why, have been fighting tooth and nail against this campaign. So TheMediaSpeaks.com decided to look into many of the reasons that these corporations don't want people to know what they are eating. In fact, 37 of those reasons. Alright, 37 good reasons to vote yes on Prop 37 as opposed to no. And you know who's fueling the no campaign? Yeah, those biotech giants that I just mentioned. Monsanto, DuPont, Carghil. Those scumbags. Okay? Number one, consumers should have the right to choose and to know what they are eating. I agree. The main company, in parentheses, Monsanto, supporting no on 37, created Agent Orange. Agent Orange? Yeah, the same chemical used over in Vietnam. Starting to wake up and understand what I'm talking about here? Number 3, these crops have been proven to cause tumors in lab tests. Alright, and all these points have reference links. Anthony Court puts in the reference links so that you know that the article that DLAKE is reading you by TheMediaSpeaks.com is backed up by reference links. You want the reference? Go click on the links. Number 4, GMO causes liver damage in rats. What does that fucking matter? Well, they test on rats because the rats are mammals that are biologically very similar to humans, okay? They're like little baby small humans with rat tails, okay? But they're very similar in their genetic makeup, and we test on them, and when we feed them this garbage, yeah, liver disease, okay? Oh, liver damage, and they cause kidney damage as well in rats. Number 6, they cause infertility in rats and hamsters. Okay. Number 7, they cause hair to grow in the mouths of hamsters. Hair in their mouths. Doesn't that sound attractive and sexy? A hamster with hair in its mouth. I want one of those. I want a glowing monkey. And also, number 8, the biotech giants aren't required to conduct long-term safety studies on genetically modified organisms. Okay. Number 9, GMOs create super weeds. Ooh, hey. Really? That sounds cool. No. And super insects that evolve to circumvent the crop protection. Those aren't the weeds you smoke, pal. Okay? You need to start waking up about these GMOs and getting involved and getting active instead of just sitting around smoking your weed all day, okay? Number 10, former top executive and lobbyist of the GMO company, Monsanto, Michael R. Taylor, was appointed Deputy Commissioner of Foods for the FDA. He helped to write the regulation during the Clinton administration to allow RBGH, bovine growth hormone, like steroids for cows, right, into U.S. food and children's milk, which has subjected the public to increased risk of many types of cancer. And little kids with cancer, little bald kids with cancer. Number 11, Michael R. Taylor also fought for substantial equivalence during the same time period to prohibit the distinction between GMO and normal crops. Yeah, no distinction, okay? Number 12, the FDA does no independent testings of GMOs. Number 13, GMO crops could cause major ecological damage to the environment that cannot be reversed. Okay, I think number 13 is a pretty serious one, okay? There's a 13th floor in this hotel, pal. You got that? Number 14, if these crops weren't harmful, the chemical giants wouldn't finagle to gain higher office in order to change the rules regarding GMO distinction, aka substantial equivalence. Number 15, billionaire Bill Gates has 500,000 shares held in Monsanto and has openly stated he would like to lower the population by 10 to 15%. Number 16, chemical companies like Monsanto have spent $7.1 million to defeat Proposition 37. Oh. Genetically engineered. Well, engineered is a really nice word, right? People go to college to be engineers, and they're into engineering. Okay? I don't know if there's any degrees for modifying. Okay, Dr. Frankenstein? Number 17, the companies fighting to label the food are already required to label the food as GMO in over 50 countries in the world. Number 18, California has the 8th largest economy in the world. This would serve as an example to other large economies to follow suit. Well, there you have it. Number 19, California has been the number 1 food agricultural producer in the U.S. for more than 50 consecutive years. Number 20, more than half the nation's fruit, nuts, and vegetables are grown in California. Number 22, if it costs these corporations so much money, then why are they spending far more than they would lose labeling the product as they already do in other countries? Well, that is a brilliant question. Okay? That's more of a question than a reason. But if you answer this question yourself, then you've got yourself one of the best reasons on this list. Number 23, these chemical companies spend about $1 million a day in their campaign to confuse voters about the measure. Number 24, if food companies had to reformulate their products for California, then they would have to for the rest of the country and the world. This would put a huge dent in GMO cancer-causing crops. Number 25, this is probably the only chance to stop the monopoly of our food supply that companies like Monsanto, Carghil, and DuPont have on us and over us. Number 26, products that are falsely labeled natural and or organic still contain GMOs and pesticides, i.e. kashi, etc. Number 27, Monsanto's definition of GMOs on their own website, quote, plants or animals that have had their genetic makeup altered to exhibit traits that are not naturally theirs, end quote. Number 28, the No on 37 campaign, a piece of garbage, lied about a doctor they used in their own commercial which claimed he worked for Stanford University. Dr. Henry Miller was really a, quote, research fellow. from the Harvard institution. Yeah, propping these guys up, make them sound important and official and scientific. Number 29, Dr. Henry Miller. That guy? Yeah, a specialist from the quote No on 37 commercial said that people who were exposed to low radiation levels around Fukushima may have benefited from it. That freak show. He thinks that radiation is pretty good for you. Okay. Number 30. Oh, here we go again. Dr. Henry Miller. The specialist they used and lied about in the No on 37 commercial was the founder of the Advance of Sound Science Coalition. Well, doesn't that sound fancy? A Philip Morris-backed company that tried to discredit the links between tobacco products and cancer. Okay, well, this guy Miller's been all over the place, and court's on his trail there, on his tail, and holding his feet to the fire. And if he thinks that he's rolling with this No on 37 $37 million campaign, well, he's on the wrong side of history. Number 31, Dr. Henry Miller. Oh, again, right? Oh, see reasons 27 and 28. Okay? So, a 40-year-old ban, now we're just like, nah, it's good for you, DDT. Yeah, that sounds healthy and wonderful and magical and awesome. Number 32, Dr. Henry Miller, see previous reasons. We're on this guy. Okay? Is on the Scientific Advisory Board for the G.C. Marshall Institute. Well, don't they sound magical? Which is known to be funded by Big Oil. Oh, even more magnificent and awesome. Big Oil. I mean, that's all you need is that big oil money. Number 33, 90% of Americans want food containing GMO to be labeled. 90%. I repeat, 90%. Number 34, for the sake of humanity, our children and our children's children. Period. Okay, number 35, despite popular belief, GMOs haven't increased the yields of crops. Well, I thought that's the reason that they said they were pulling all this mad scientist garbage on us and they were going to save the corn. No, I'm sorry, that was a lie. We're going to poison the corn. Okay, number 36, we are what we eat. So, if we eat Soylent Green, then we are Soylent Green. Number 37, millions have already signed petitions telling the FDA to label GMOs, as should you. Well then, sign the petition. Court gives you the link. Go check out this article on TheMediaSpeaks.com. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and you need to get on board or you're going to walk the plank. You got that? It's like a pirate ship. And I'm kind of like the Johnny Depp guy. So that's how I do it. I'm DLAKE for PREZ. Have a good night.